Welcome back, everyone, to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I want to now welcome y'all to something we about to be learning on this. I got to give Jeff a welcome. I'm so excited to learn all about lean methodologies. Hi, Jeff.
Hello,
How are
hello.
you?
Good, good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this is a pleasure because you got to tell us about Lean Revisions. That's your company,
Right.
and what got you into this kind of work? Give us a little bit of your background.
So, Lean Revisions has been around for about 10 years now. So, before that, I was working at like Boeing and helping them optimize how they build their airplanes. And so, got laid off, went to another company, got laid off again, decided to start my own company. And so, that's how it began. So, it's just evolved over time, just helping organizations and helping small businesses, large businesses, multinational companies utilize what's called lean methodologies. And it's just all about making things better. Looking at how you operate your business and look for opportunities to be better. Your workforce, your team, the way you put things together, your service, your product, your output, always focusing on customer value. So it's really, really fun. And it's great going into organizations and seeing how they do things and helping them identify areas of opportunities that's been bugging them for years. And so it's a lean methods. There's a lot of tools that we teach and share with everybody and try to empower them and transfer knowledge so they can go do it themselves after we roll off. So
Wow.
it's fun. It's fun. It really is.
So essentially, it's almost like consulting, right? Like you
It
come
is.
in,
Yeah.
you consult, you showcase, like here are some amazing tools that you can employ.
Yep.
But you give folks a customized approach, right? Like
Yes.
tell us about something that might be different between a large company versus like a small startup.
So let's take your operation. I was hoping you asked me this. Because driving in, I'm going to make it fit with what you do. So you have your operation here. It's awesome. It's actually coming down here. I didn't know what I was going to get into, but I knew you did production and podcast and TV and all that. And I've been on studios before, but you have a team. You have your editors, you have your photographers, you got your continuity, you've got your stage managers, you've got your audio, you got all of that. And it has to come together. So I was watching your show this morning just to know what I was getting into. And I thought, let me just bring it down to your level where I could share what I would do for you. So I would come in here and watch what you've been doing. I watched the show, seeing how your people are working with you, where your problems are, if you had problems with your equipment, you had problems with getting people here on time, whatever that might be. And I just help you understand your system. And then you and your folks would say, hey, Naomi over here could say, actually, Trae, maybe you need to do this. Maybe we should try this, some other way of doing something. And we take that idea from your worker and maybe try to input that into your operations.
Wow.
And that's all about empowering your people and making it easier for you. All you have to do is sit in the chair and test your mic.
Oh, see, that's beautiful. And I think, we earlier this week, we've been talking to amazing folks who are going to be a part of the Black Business Leadership
Right.
Conference. I know you'll be there
Yep,
speaking.
yep.
We're going to talk about that soon.
Okay.
But, just the idea is that folks like yourself who come from, major businesses, corporations,
Yeah.
you're making them better.
Right.
And now you're like, no, let's bring it into community. Let's help make
Exactly.
sure everyone gets that same level of optimization for their business.
Exactly.
That is beautiful to me.
Yes.
And I love that here in the Pacific Northwest, we have such a great concentrated effort where we can see all of these phenomenal folks at something like the Black Business Leadership
Yep.
Conference, right? So tell us about your connection there and what you're going to be speaking about.
So my connection there is about 2 years ago. I'm not really sure how I found them on the web or somewhere, but I've been traveling all over the planet, been doing all kinds of these big things. And now I'm getting a little older.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. It's time to stay home a little more often. And how can I get back to the community? And so my son, he's been doing this with me for a long time. He goes into junior high schools and teaches the young folks on just what this method is and thinking about systems and processes and quality and taking your ideas and making them grow into fruition. And so he's been doing that part. So it gives me a little more time to start speaking and start doing things like this to share the word of lean and how it can help you in any kind of business. And so I'll be speaking about how you need to look at risk in your business, the legal aspects of it, and then how this methodology can help you mitigate those risks throughout your business. So I got 40 minutes to tell them the concept, to try to get them to understand that it's easy to do. It's not, rocket science. It's really some basic things that you just need to look at. And by having a consultant like me come in there, my team, we can see how you're doing things. I can just sit here for a whole day and watch you put together this show and tell you those areas of opportunities that, I think might be helpful for you. You can take them or not. Your people can take them or not. But that's the kind of mindset that we try to instill in people in any business. Wow. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot to be said about that too, and I appreciate you sharing it in that way. I mean, tell us about the success rate of these methodologies.
I've had 100%.
Wow.
No one fails when they bring me in. No one. I make sure that I transfer knowledge. I teach them what they need. Every industry has different processes, procedures, systems, people, challenges. And once we see what they are, I can help you implement the right methods and tools for success. I've worked with theaters, help people generate 30% more revenue in a concession stand in a theater. 30% more revenue for a nonprofit theater. I've helped, Adidas supply chain over in Asia and Hong Kong and China and all that, help them with their global supply chain so people can get their apparel on time for Christmas presents. Microsoft, Amazon, all kinds of different industries, hospitals. It's just looking at the system and looking at what's happening and then using the right methods. I've been doing this for a long time. I started building airplanes at Boeing. So taking 3 million parts together and putting them on a 747 and making sure it's safe and flies and fuel efficient and all that, that's what this methodology will do. So no matter what you're doing, a doctor, I've been in hospitals, I've been all over the place. Finance, higher education, technology, you name it.
Look, okay, Jeff, we're going to be talking because I got questions.
Yeah.
Right. But I really love that you are now saying, let me take all of this expertise and bring it into the community.
Yeah.
And there is a different need because I see that this is exactly, I was just talking about this. It's a difference between having a business for one generation or multiple generations, right? To be able to optimize their output, their product, their line, whatever it is. Right. The fact that there's some simple things that they can really be doing and staying consistent with them to see those results over time.
Right.
So thank you for being able to say, let me bring all this into community, because it's necessary. And that's the kind of stuff that folks are going to be getting when they come to the Black Business Leadership Conference. Jeff, of course, if folks are trying to connect with Lean Revisions and connect with you specifically, please look right here in this camera closest to me. Let them know how they tap in.
You can contact me at leanrevisions.com. You can also email contact@leanrevisions.com. And we also, if you go to our website, there's a lot of templates and a lot of resources. You can go to our website and look for the White Belt Training. It's 10 videos that we've put together. They're about 5 minutes each, and it walks you through this methodology at a high level. And then we have you go online and take the knowledge check. And I get the results, so I know who you are and if you're paying attention. And if you need to reach out, always reach out to us too. So leanrevisions.com. I also just started a podcast called The Lean Lounge. So I'm taking notes. That's why I'm videotaping your setup. I got some questions for you too, but that's why I want to share the knowledge. Have people come in, just like here, what you're doing, and just share this and give back. Because it's not that hard. Big businesses have been doing this for many, many years, since the 50s. And now smaller businesses need to look at how they operate. And so go to the website, do the White Belt. Take an hour of your time and just kind of see what this stuff is and how it'll help you. And then give us a call and watch the podcast too, Spotify and all that too.
There we go. Jeff,
thank you.
Great. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for your work.
Thank you.
Wow. Y'all, come on. This week, I'm just floored. I'm so floored. I'm going to be wrapping up all of my inspiring thoughts from all of my guests this week. And of course, my guest today, right after this short break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.